that's what it's going to be. It's going to be live shot, and I will feel free to speak. This is a conversation.
Right.
It's two-way, and we're going to discuss, as we've discussed earlier, the afterlife with a tinge of Messiah figure, because I think they're connected.
Okay.
I was going to have the Messiah discussion with a whole. It was going to be a whole other discussion with another dude who's actually of the cloth. But I thought they were so connected. I wanted to time them because everything, I wanted to work. We're doing them both because I think they're related. So anyway, afterlife. Give us an idea, because we've had discussions. The reason it's this man here, my main man. He's an all. I'm just going to say this. We don't have to discuss this too much, but he's an only child. I've known him for 10. Let's go with 10. Let's be generous, conservative.
Okay.
It's closer probably, I think, to 11, but let's go with 10, conservative. A lot of years, a decade. And he's joining us here today, and I'm pretty stoked about it. By the way, the site is theonlychildreview.com. You can locate it through YouTube. And I don't check numbers because, I just don't work it into the habit, and also I don't want my friends to know that I'm snooping on them. Because, that's what happens. Anyway. Because it's really for them at this point, because they're the only ones who know about it.
Right.
Because I'm interviewing them, not interviewing. It's a discussion. I don't want it to come, but it's like it's clearly it's sort of a anyway. So feel free to explain to the mic whatever you feel is your scenario.
Well, I don't necessarily believe in the afterlife as like a separate place that you go to. I think life more or less is a continuous cycle, and you're not going anywhere.
So does the afterlife? At that point, the afterlife is moot. It doesn't even exist. So you're saying the afterlife is nixed?
There's an after your life, but it's not like some place like welcome to the afterlife.
Right. There's no like being with your family and.
No, I don't believe in any of that.
I
think that your individuality dies when you die.
I like that. I think that's not just poetic, but I think that's actually how it is. It makes sense. Because that takes a lifetime to develop.
Right.
And without a life, what do you got?
It's the combination of experiences, and death's your last experience, so...
Yeah! Word!
Over.
Yeah, well put. Yeah. How do you think so how does the Messiah fit into that? Or does the Messiah... No, I mean the figure, not Jesus Christ, as he's known. I mean the Messiah, the figure. How does that person thing, human form, of course, work into the equation?
Well... I think that every once in a while someone like that has to be born to maybe like remind people what they really should be working towards.
Yeah,
becoming more like
the top of the pyramid in terms of what?
Well, I mean, if you live over and over and over and you don't make any progress, you're just spinning wheels, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the only thing that you could hope to do worthwhile would be becoming more like that, more pure.
Yeah, more in his image.
Self-realized.
What if? Okay, because the part of the Messiah that I think you're totally right. Why? Sorry, I stutter, and it happens. Do you think that we as human beings could conceive of that goal?
Oh, sure.
That ambition without a human Messiah figure?
I think it's possible, but unlikely. I mean, certain people could, but I think the Messiah is something that a lot of people are supposed to be affected by.
Yeah.
Like
by design, you mean? Like the Messiah figure. Some people need to follow him. That's what makes him Messiah. Is what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean.
Disciples. He needs disciples. He, she, it needs disciples.
Well, I mean, I don't think there would be a Messiah figure if it wasn't going to cause some kind of big splash, you know what I'm saying? I think pretty much every time it has. So,
yeah. Are there other
a lot of people, I mean, I think so. I think there's been several.
I know, like, is Muhammad a Messiah figure? He is?
Yeah, I would consider him one.
Okay.
But the only reason there's differences between the camps is because people they misinterpret the very simple things that were said by these people to mean whatever they think it should mean. You know, like you know, that's what preachers do. They reinterpret a Bible and tell you what they think it says. You know what I'm saying? Which
that happened.
You know,
a couple times.
What if there's
significant times?
Nothing to interpret? What if it just is what it is? You know what I mean? Take it at face value or no value.
Well, but they chopped it up. That's the danger. Because like there's the Apocrypha that's considered that they threw out, particularly the Catholics, I think. Then what are you left with? Assuming God's hand essentially wrote this. Or, you know.
And also, I mean, you never know who wrote it down. I mean, the whole process, it just becomes diluted from the time it comes out of their mouth to the time it's recorded in any kind of medium. Even if that medium is like someone going over their friend and say, hey, guess what he just said over there? And he's reinterpreting that and telling somebody else what was
Telephone.
said. You know what I mean? Like, so...
Yeah, see, that's why the Jews...
get at the pure message, but the pure message of it is easy to understand. Once you kind of understand it, then it's easy to see how they were saying that in what they said. You know what I mean?
Really? Is it easy for you? Some people... I've read the first 5 books. That's it.
Well, I don't understand all the controversy over what it says. Everything that it says is just pretty straightforward. I mean,
that's what the fundamentalists say, but I've heard that there are at least 2 Genesis stories, and I've read it, and I can see that.
Well, I'm talking strictly about the quotes attributed to Jesus, not the Bible.
See, I don't know the New Testament. Yeah, I don't know the New Testament.
I don't really believe in the Bible, but...
Yeah, I only do, like I said, the Pentateuch. Yeah, that's the first 5 books of Moses. And that's well, I shouldn't do that, but that's what it's called. And it's the idea is exactly what you're talking about. There are 2 Torahs. There's the oral Torah and the written Torah. And about the written Torah, they pretty much threw it up there for Moses to handle. And, you know, Moses, you know, I think the Christians dig on Moses. I mean, it's the same lineage.
Yeah.
New Testament is attached to an Old Testament.
Right.
So it's not like they debunked it. But, you know, Moses was pretty much the guy. He didn't even get to go into the Promised Land. That's how much of that guy he was. You know? And the Jews believe that. For me, but they believe he wrote it like 13 times, 1 for each tribe, including like 1. Like, it was superhuman deeds. And I'm not saying scientifically that's... I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Well, honestly, like, no offense, I don't see how you can really take the Old Testament very seriously.
But why is that one less than the new one? Do you mean you can take the new one seriously?
Not even necessarily the New Testament. I like to think that most of the quotes attributed to Jesus are pretty close to what he said anyway, and I think most of them make a whole lot of sense. But as far as the rest of it is just filler, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just stories.
So it's really you dig the dude
and whatever.
You dig the dude. You think Jesus was a decent dude?
Oh yeah.
Great. Yeah, I think he was too.
Christian.
I feel fair enough. Yeah. Or what are you, if anything? I'm non-religious. I've said it before. I'm non-religious.
Other, I guess.
Other, yeah, that'd be non-religious. Well, maybe I think it's. I'm non-religious
I believe in
specifically
Jesus,
by choice.
but I'm not a Christian by any means. And
I'm a God guy personally.